Jesus asked, "Do you love me more than these?" It's a simple question. Do you love me more than these? What had Peter just come back from doing? What or who are these Jesus is referencing? Peter, having been a fisherman and finding himself separated from his master at the cross, didn't know what to do. Sitting on the shore that day, he couldn't have expected what was about to happen. He said to the other disciples, "I am going fishing." I imagine in his mind, he determined that sitting there waiting for instruction that may or may not come was wasteful, and I'm sure it was quite agitating for a man like Peter. It's no surprise that he would turn back to something he was comfortable with that also seemed to be a productive use of his time. Jesus asked him 3 times, "Do you love me more than these? Do you love me more than these fish?" Peter said 3 times, "Yes, Lord, you know I love you." Peter probably at first thought it a silly question, but Jesus was serious and continued to press him. Why would Jesus do this? How many times has Jesus warned us not to turn away from him and his work and go back to your old life before? Peter was turning back to his old life. Peter, not knowing what to do, decided best to at least be productive. Jesus did not call us out of the world to become discouraged and return back to the ways before. We are a new creation. We have been given new life. This new life is to be used for His glory. We know from later accounts that Peter did embrace this new life in Christ and do the works of God until the end. Jesus asked me this same question. I had become discouraged, overwhelmed, and it seemed like I had lost direction. I felt the call to serve and share the good news of Christ, but just didn't know how to do it. I wasn't being productive in anything and naturally sought to take up a project that I thought I could be productive in. Just as Peter didn't have success catching fish that day until Jesus showed up, I too wasn't at my task either, even though it should have been easy for me. Jesus asked me, "Do you love me more than this?" That day, my heart sank. I couldn't speak. He was so clear. I understood what he was teaching me by asking me the simple question, the same one he asked Peter. I too answered, "Yes, Lord, I love you." He replied, "Then feed my sheep." Is Jesus asking you that same question? Are you living for yourself, pretending it's for the Lord? Or are you truly doing the will of Him who sent you? Have you been born again? Were you given a new life? If so, don't turn back to your old life, as harmless as it may seem for some of us. If not, continue to seek Him. If you diligently seek Him, He will make Himself known to you.